Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are on part 12. And remember last time I said we were going to do this in 20 parts, and I believe in us. So here, I guess we're starting off, and she likes artsy Sims or something. Wait, I feel like a news reporter sometimes when I get to do the voiceovers. So today, live coming at you is part 12. And we have three children in the house. Now they are all toddlers and infants. So we have Levi, who was the dumpster baby. We have the twins, Derek and Marshall, who were the hot tub surprises. And here is our nanny, and he is doing the hard work for us so that Annabelle can get some sleep. Now, last time we opened up the shop finally after a whole lot of chaos. I mean, beyond chaos, beyond what I would allow in my own gameplay, but here we are, right? It feels like survival of the fittest sometimes when there's this many kids in there, but we're just gonna put everybody to bed, okay? Now, we haven't gotten much done in the house because first she was pregnant with Levi and we got some painting done and then she had Levi, but then surprise, we went on a date with Marcel and he surprised all of us, didn't he? So now here we are. And last time we tried to open the shop and nothing really sold. So now I'm concerned because why isn't anything selling? So here we are and we gotta get going. I want this done in 20 parts. So we need to get this finished. Now the nanny's just left and it's morning. I think I hired him a little bit too late in the previous day, like on the Friday. And I'm gonna have to call him again. So I hope he is well rested in the few hours that he's been gone. For the moment, we are going to do what we can and, hope for the best. So we have an angry infant here, and I do believe this is the intense infant. I mentioned it last time, but I truly believe that there is a study to be done with these. The intense infants are more angry than anything else. Like everything just angers them. And I've noticed it with Levi, and I'm noticing it with Marshall. And I mean, there's something to be said about this, okay? Now, we need to just get painting, and there's just too many kids in this house. Like, everybody needs to go for a little nappy roo and call it a day. Levi is still sleeping. Toddlers sleep endlessly, I feel, and then they get up and they blow their energy, and all of a sudden they're tired in 5 minutes. So last time we went and we made sure that Levi had a bedroom that he could go to. So we've gotten the top bunk. Remember, I mentioned this like a while back. This is probably like part, I don't know, 5 or 6. Whenever he was born, I was already planning. But uh children struggle with the monster under the bed, and it is probably one of the worst parts, more so than infants, because, nannies and butlers can help with that. But the monsters under the bed are absolutely uh, awful. So we are putting him on a top bunk. All the kids are going to be on a top bunk, and we will avoid that altogether. Hello, Marcel. They gave you a promotion. Congratulations. Now, on a side note, Marcel, we had not seen since she told him that she was pregnant. And at this time, it was with Levi, and he did not come around. So interesting because he was not happy that she was pregnant. And so then he called her to set up a date. So we left the lot to go on the date. And that is where we had fun in the hot tub, leading to the next two children. And then finally he showed up and we were like, hey, um, there's 2 more. So, congratulations. Um, but yeah. So here I've opened the business and I'm really struggling. So I'm gonna get her to go say hello. I don't know what's happening. We ran this business swimmingly for I don't know how long, and now because of the little break that we took, we're gonna call it mat leave. Like, what are they doing all standing at the corner? What's happening? Last time we had the business open, it said like, you know, could do with more business activities, but there is only one business activity, and it's buy it. Okay. Spend your money. And it was working really well, and I've never experienced this. opening a business before, and I've opened quite a few over the past month or so. Um, so I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is happening. We haven't done anything differently to the shop. We haven't touched anything or adjusted our like public and residential areas. And so I'm slightly concerned as to why they're not buying. Oh, Marcel is there. I thought that was his wife beside him. We were about to have more fun than I had anticipated, but she is not here. N Don't worry, by the end of this challenge, we will be going to say hello to the wife. I can promise you that. Now, I love a little bit of chaos. I really do. I feel like I'm holding back with this series. It's uh very new to me to be doing this. The voiceovers, the gameplay for, people to watch and to enjoy and try to find something that everybody likes and trying not to be too extra. But this out in the public with him, just like, tender neck kiss, doing all those things. I love that. That is the best. Like, I talked about it last time, but when The Sims 2 first came out, that was my jam, okay? And I played with the Pleasants every single time, recreating the same household, just going over and over. And Daniel, I believe was his name, is the father of the twins, Lilith and Angela? I don't even remember the wife's name because to me, like, she's not important. He would always have an affair with the maid. So, and her name was Kaylin something. And that was my favorite part and trying to keep it a secret from the wife, and it was so much fun. Like, it was just so much fun and chaotic, and it was exactly what I wanted it to be. So, here we are. Back to this gameplay. I am trying to go in to figure out what is going on here. So, we're adding some flowers. I'm trying to add some flowers. We need $5,000 worth of landscaping, but plants and stuff fall into that same category. So we are also missing a couple thousand to mark the next level of the aspiration that we're completing, which is Mansion Baron, obviously. And so I'm just going in and I'm adding all the random plants, and they are awful looking, but we are doing it anyway because they are pricey and they're in the shop, so we don't really see them. Okay. And I'm also slightly concerned because look at all these paintings. These are the same ones that have been there for a while. And I don't know, like, have they gone stale? Have they gone stale? Is that what's happening? Like, they are the exact same one. Angry blueberry, the carrot, the dog, the cat, like, it's all there. So, I'm not exactly sure what's happening. Every time she puts a new one up, they sell like hotcakes, but the struggle, the parent for the others. And so I'm trying to adjust the ambiance. I'm trying to bring the people to the money-making items that we need to sell. And yeah, that's about it. That's where we're at. Okay. Marcel's coming in through the back door. Yeah. I'm also moving these items because I don't know if you noticed, but the last time on part 11, the nanny went down to the shop to prep the like to prep the food and then came back upstairs to finish the second part. And I'm concerned that it's because there is something on the counter directly next to the fridge where I guess logically he would go. So of course, Tim's logic, if the if the countertop next to the fridge is taken, I guess we need to go down a level over on the other side of the house rather than the cupboard next to it or the countertop next to it. So, right. So we have completed that part of the aspiration. We successfully had already been planning for the 30 windows that we needed. And now we just need to reach a level of 200,000 with our build. Well, with our house, I guess I should say it's already really like built. And my thought was that if we can build the house, furnish the house to the way I like it, I don't know if we will have to go anymore or down anymore. Okay? That's my thought. I'm thinking we might have to go down into the basement, maybe make a pool because those are like they hold their value. Anything in buy mode, no, anything in build mode will hold its value. Your walls are still going to be worth 60 simoleons. Your windows are still going to be worth their value, their flooring, the doors, the whole nine. When you enter buy mode and you place something, immediately loses value as soon as you click live mode. So while I'm in there, if I place a bed and I don't like it, I get rid of it. It's the same value. I'm like moving things around and whatever. The minute you press live mode, it's like it's been used. When you go back in, it's of course lost value. It's like driving a car off the lot. Okay, immediately the value goes down. So I'm trying to use as many things that are build mode and keep those expensive. So the wallpapers, like the solid colors that we have are expensive. They're the most expensive solid color that you will find in build mode. The flooring was quite expensive. The wallpaper, the black and white leaves, that's also super expensive. It's like the most expensive wallpaper or whatever, okay? And pools are pricey, so they will also hold their value. So I'm thinking the last thing that we will do is place a pool in the basement if we have to. All right. It will be the whole basement if we have to. And please don't mind Stella in the background. She takes personal offense when people walk in front of the house. I have reminded her on several occasions that she indeed does not own a thing, including the house she lives in. But what do I know? I just pay the bills. Now, we have called the nanny once again because I need to focus on painting and building, and the kids are like semi okay for the minute, but I feel like she's spent, we're not getting a lot done. The whole day is pretty well gone. We haven't sold much. Okay, but we spent quite a bit of money. Where's she going? She just wanted out of the house. And you know what? I respect that. Get it. So she's taken her own personal meal from her fridge to go sit at the park where someone has served burgers. It's like going to a restaurant and bringing your own food. Well, she's done this in the park. Good news though, she's picked up the plate. She didn't leave the plate. She's picking it up and taking it home to put it in the dishwasher. Mm, bless her. Great. So we're gonna do some light cleaning. Obviously, the dust has come back. For those of you who have been here for part one, you know, the pallet bed is still in play, obviously. So I don't know if I ever want to get rid of it, but at the same time, it's like staple of the gameplay. We will have to get rid of it eventually. It's an absolute eyesore, but it's just, I don't know, just been there for so long. It's like the picture of her and Marcel on the countertop. I don't really want to get rid of it. Now we're just going up. It's like a preemptive vacuum on every level. So just like before the day gets going, before she goes to bed, we are just going to clean up and hope that next day we can just start fresh and focus on painting. The nanny, I have to say, is doing a splendid job of making food for them. I am not doing a good job of putting the food in the fridge and saving it. So Levi is looking quite sad at this moment. We are going to try and get him to potty train so that he kind of just does it on his own. Okay, what is happening here? Something is happening with the business. They're all unhappy and wetting themselves. Okay? Chris, excuse me, what is the nanny doing down here? Please go back to work. She's exhausted. I can't even begin to figure out what's happening while she's exhausted. So, I have to say, I'm not loving this challenge. I find it very bland, to be honest. And the only chaos I'm feeling is from the children. And that, like, I could get that any day of the week when I'm playing on any other save. And so I don't think I would do another rags to riches. Um, simply because I'm not loving it. Also, want to walk as far away from the painting skill as possible at this point because we are probably like, I would say halfway through this challenge. I mean, I would say about halfway, I guess, because the hard part's over, right? She's set up. We just had a little snag when she had a bunch of kids. But like, I don't think I want to do this again. I don't know. Maybe you guys enjoy this kind of thing. This is just not enough for me, the simmer. This is not chaotic enough. It's not challenging enough for me. Um, it's very linear. I don't know how else to explain that. And so, of course, recently I have started revamping and rewriting the Apocalypse Challenge, and I'm gonna like give you a little blurb about that because that is the ultimate challenge. Let me explain to you why. First of all, quickly, I mean the Apocalypse Challenge is what it is. So that like, it was written by a simmer a very long time ago, before probably 90% of the packs were released. And it is a career-based challenge. And so what that means is to unlock certain things, like for example, showering, you need to complete a career. Okay. So it is a limited gameplay. You unlock your gameplay via careers, and there is no set way of doing it. You have to do it the way you feel is the right way. Okay. So another simmer in 2020 rewrote it to add the rest of what was out at the time for gameplay and expansion packs to adjust it, okay? Because a lot had been released in that time, and the original simmer had kind of retired it and didn't want to touch it. So this other simmer went and did some hard work. Now, here we are in 2025, and I really want to do this challenge, but I really want to include everything, and I digged immensely. Nobody has touched it since 2020. So if I want to play a true apocalypse challenge for the current gameplay, I need to rewrite it. What does that mean? It means a lot of work. So I have started by writing out every single expansion pack that there was, trying to figure out how many had been released since 2020. There are quite a few. And so, gotta like printed out everything that was already done, right? I've printed out the current rules for it as of 2020, and now I have written out all the stuff that belongs to the new expansion packs that have come out since then. And so right now I'm trying to figure out what is in the packs, what careers they have, what could be limited, how it could affect gameplay, what could make it more chaotic and fun and challenging, and try to bring it all together in one little bow to create a challenge that then I will attempt. And I have never been more excited to do something as I'm excited to do this right now. Am I excited about rewriting it? Not so much because it is very intricate, delicate system that I have to learn and then reapply. And it's been through two hands already. So hopefully I can do it justice by rewriting it. And when the time comes, obviously I will make a video, and the video is going to be probably quite long. And it will be simply like an instructional video of, you know, this is the challenge, these are the rules, and then we will start the gameplay. And the reason I'm going to do that is because you and me, I'm going to have a binder. I've already started a binder for this. We will want to go back and forth on, okay, wait, what was the rules? What can I touch this? Can I not touch this? And so we are gonna need to go back and forth and make sure that we're following the rules and that we are understanding them properly and so on and so forth. And so I am really excited. I do have a lot of work ahead of me to get this done, and I'm hoping that this will be done in 20 parts, okay? 20. And after this is done, I'm really hoping that the Apocalypse Challenge will be ready to rumble, okay? So I really hope that you guys will join me on that journey because I had started it a long time ago on TikTok, and it was chaotic and it was fun and people really liked it. It's different, I guess. It's just different. And honestly, I feel like we could use different. Oh, Marshall aged up. Okay, by the way, these babies are aging up. Everybody's independent, okay? Because we are an independent woman sim, and so shall the children be. So, I don't know, we gotta go in and buy new beds, I guess. Yeah. So, I'm working towards the Apocalypse Challenge, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, I know I've just, like, opened up a membership for my channel, and, it's greatly appreciated if you join that. The videos that will be available on there are extra. They are not going to affect the current content. It is separate, and right now I am focused on a forever save file with a rotational gameplay where every Sims family is different and the dynamics are different and the wants and goals and lifestyles are completely different. And the thought process behind that is when you create a Sims family, generally, I am guilty of it. You go in, you create a family, you plop them in after an hour, you're like, I'm done. This is it for me. No more thanks. So the thought behind the forever save file is that you create a new save file that is more forever. Okay, so you start a family and you go in and you care for the worlds and you build the houses and you adjust the ones and you just keep going. Okay, and you grow as a simmer with your Sims uh, and kind of just appreciate the product of your work or, of the hard work that you've put into it because let's face the facts. Sims can be boring and Sims can be a lot of things, but they are hard work and they are chaos and they are their own beings, I guess, in their own sense, because sometimes they're like things happen that you can't control. But it is a way to appreciate all of the hard work that you've done. And I think that was really interesting. So I added the little bit of the rotational gameplay because I get bored with one household, which is where this comes in for me. So that is what we are doing on the membership and even the lowest membership, which I I think it's like $3 or $4. I mean, I'm Canadian, so I don't really know what it'll be for you on your end, but on my end, it's like 3 or $4 per month. And so far, we are doing one video a week, and those videos are about an hour and some long. Of course, those take more effort, which is why I've set it up this way that they are available to members. And I think members also have early access to certain videos. So just trying to set up an environment where those who love to support their creators, like the content creators and their simmers who put a lot of time and effort into it, also get something back. And so this was, I feel, the best way to do that. And so, yeah, you can join along for that. For now, we are just doing the rotational gameplay on the Forever Save, and I'm sure I'll be adding more. But for now, I feel like there's so much going on for me and my channel, and I'm trying to expand and broaden my horizons because building for me has become a task and I don't like that because I'm not doing my best work. And so I know that I love to play. I love the chaos. It has always been my jam. Okay. So I'm trying to move from soul builds. Okay. So there will still be builds on my channel, but eventually it will all kind of meld together. Like right now, this rags to riches, technically, it's a build for me because the whole point is to have a household worth 350,000 simoleons, okay? The rotational save, for example, we go in and we're revamping every single house. In fact, the first episode, the first couple, the first week, we chose Riverside Roost and it is an absolute eyesore. So I chose that. We're doing a DIY and I'm just having fun with it. And so I'm learning to love building again through that gameplay. Now, I don't just want to do builds anymore. So I am expanding and I know that that probably is not fun for a lot of people who have been following me for the years that I've been building. But I feel like that is the journey I need to take to be able to keep going and creating content and still trying to be awesome for all of you because everybody deserves a little bit of awesome in their life. And so if I can make you laugh or smile or, give you a headache through the chaos that I'm showing you, I feel like my day is complete. So, thank you to all of you who have been following me for all this time. I really appreciate it. I mean, I feel like we've gone way off topic here because we're we've kind of stepped back from the gameplay today, but I think it's pretty straightforward. We're struggling, but we're having some birthdays. Okay, the infants are now toddlers. The toddler is now turning into a child. Marcel is hanging out, pretending that he's celebrating all these children that he's welcomed, when in fact, uh, he was not pleased that she was pregnant with Levi. And although he was happy that the twins were his, um, I don't think he's actually happy. Okay, I don't think he's having the best relationship with his children with Annabelle. That being said, I don't know if he has a wonderful relationship with his children with his wife, because he does have a whole other family. So Levi is going to be a child, and that is probably the most exciting words I've spoken in a while. Erratic. We're gonna keep that. So much going on. Okay, well, I feel like this was a success. And now that the children are aging up, it'll be so much easier for Annabelle to work on her paintings and open her shop. Now we are going in and setting, like, assigning that bed to Levi so that we all know that that's his room. I could go and lock the door and be really meh about it, but I don't want to do that. Okay. So we have gone in, we've assigned him his bed. He has the top notch computer. Okay. The 10,000 simoleon one. We also, and we're going to have to go in and prep a bedroom for the twins now, also who are going to be sleeping on a top bunk. There are still people outside. Okay, what is happening? The shop, I believe, is still open. Everybody is just standing outside like lost dogs. What is happening? Did Marcel leave? He's just here for the big He's just here for the important moments to say that he was um just to say that he was present. Okay, we are getting rid of everything infants. Okay, no more babies. No more babies. I'm gonna go in and sell these because I don't know now if they are stopping. Like, I don't know if they're stopping them from buying these paintings. I don't know what's happening. There's no I've set it up properly, so I'm not sure, like, there's nothing else locked. So in the meantime, we are going to buy another toddler bed and start setting up the dining area. Now, this fireplace is probably my favorite item. No, it's not. I'm lying. It's not my favorite item, but it is my favorite fireplace. Okay? This is my favorite fireplace. Do I wish that there was also a wider and thinner version? Absolutely. Okay, I want this in all the flavors and colors. And there's no other way to put that except for the truth, and that is the truth. I want it all. I want the color wheel. I want the color wheel. People want cars, people want open worlds, people want whatever. Don't care. I want a color wheel. Do you think if I spelled it out, it might happen? This is a nice table, though, I will say. Now I'm looking for a nice table to use, and I do life and death pack, like, hit or miss for me. A lot of the items are gorgeous, and then a lot of them are too, like, gothic for my style. Like, some of the wallpaper. that came with it are just, like, not my style. Although it is probably one of the most well-rounded packs that we've gotten in a while, and I'll get into that more once I analyze the pack to rewrite the Apocalypse Challenge, which I've already started doing, but we'll go over that once I release the videos and stuff like that because there are some packs that have been released that are just not well-rounded. I don't know how else to explain that, but, like, they're lacking in certain departments, but the Life and Death pack truly is a beautiful expansion pack, okay? And, yeah, so now everybody's got a bed, and tonight will be the first night that Levi goes to sleep in his room. Someone left rotting chili on the counter, so I'm just hoping that we can deal with that, but, oh, maybe we can just leave it there for now? We're gonna move it because that'll drive me crazy. Alright, so there's still people outside. Okay, Levi, you go to bed, darling, and I need to figure out what's going on here. These people how long have they been standing out there this whole time? Great, we're lacking sleep. Oh my goodness, it's the nanny. He's come as a customer. Too bad he didn't purchase anything. So we are talking up right now, by the way. We are talking up Anna's Arts, which is the name of our business, because I don't understand what is happening. So maybe if we go welcome these people to our business, it will work. Like if not, I've just wasted 75 simoleons. Oh, Buddy's gone and wet himself. Yep. Talking it up, talking it up. But why aren't they going inside anymore? Okay. So now we're down to 2. Like, I'm gonna have to close this shop. It's been open. It has been open for 17 hours. It says 20 customers served, and I've lost $45. So 20 customers have come and gone. Not one painting was sold. I don't understand. Are they tired of the paintings too? Okay. We are gonna get a good night's sleep. Hopefully in the morning, we are morning. Hopefully he goes to school, which will then also help with the amount of children in the house. But I do feel like our gameplay lives will have significantly increased for the better because we no longer have infants in the house and toddlers are independent. So while they are caring for themselves, like I don't even know if we are going to need a nanny anymore, which I think is amazing. She is going to work on this business. We need to figure out why this is not working because this is like detrimental to finishing this series in 20 parts. Okay, have they both eaten yet? I'm sorry. Not Do not be a picky eater and go deliver your food to the counter. I require you to finish that food, like, the entire bowl. The entire bowl. Do not come back in 5 minutes saying you're hungry again. I will feed you the same thing. And around we go. We have a strict dynamic, you and I. Now, I will say this part here that they're talking to each other and helping each other with their attention, I think it's called, for toddlers, is awesome. Because I do find that no matter how independent toddlers can be, they still lose their attention quite quickly and require the adults for that. And I need them to be like fully independent. So the twins aspect of this actually is quite nice. So we are going to hire the nanny anyway today, even though I said maybe we didn't need him. They look like they smell, and I don't want to deal with that. I need to deal with the shop. I can't sit here and worry about the boys. Sorry. We are going to focus on what she needs, and then we are going to get this done because I believe that we can do this. And we are going to start by taking the easel down to the shop. We don't even have enough money to pay our bills. We don't have enough money to pay our bills because we have not sold a single painting in a week. So right now we are down there and we are going to start painting because I don't know why they were just everybody was just standing on the corner. There are lots of ugly paintings right here for them to go buy. So maybe if she is down in the shop that they will join her and start buying paintings. Okay, this is my next uh this is my next attempt at solving this problem. Now, can I speak to her and still paint? Can I still welcome her to the business and paint? Looking like they want to. It looks like she's in the conversation, but she's not actually involved in it. Like she's a witness. Why are they not even going into the shop? I'm very frustrated at the moment. What is happening? There's no like these paintings are still on the board that they need to be. So, what has happened in those few days that she took off have stopped them from getting sold. Like, is this a logic puzzle? I feel like at this point we just need to keep the angry blueberry. Because I called Levi an angry blueberry for quite some time, actually. Because he was just such a angry infant. Okay, so we are gonna put this now on the board. Okay, and we are going to frame it like we have the rest. Where is it? Here we go. Ooh, woo! Okay, he's going to look at the painting. Wait a minute. Maybe they have gone kind of stale. Maybe I need to move them around. So I've moved the butterfly and in the animal one, but they're still only looking at they're still only looking at mm, there not enough room? Well, that can't really be the problem because she's been selling paintings in the same room since the beginning of time. Maybe she's in the way, but we're gonna move her over here. Like, this isn't Nancy Drew. Just buy the paintings. Oh, here's a smelly one. She must have wet herself up on the lawn, is it? Okay, so they're all coming down now, and looking at one painting. Oh my, the children are unhappy. Woo! Where's the nanny? Oh, they bought the painting. I just moved the angry blueberry, and I'm thinking, like, I don't know what I'm thinking, to be honest. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these paintings don't sell. I'm gonna have to go back to painting individually and then selling them individually for face value. And I've gotten used to a $40,000 day. Okay. Oh, no. Looks like our time today is concluded. See you next time. Can I call you back once you've left the lot? Well, they're just tired. Oh, I can work with that. I can handle that because bedtime. Poor bugger. No fun. Well, I'm so sorry that we do not have a living room with a television for you to go into and be a couch potato. However, we have spent approximately 10,000 simoleons on a computer in your room for this specific purpose. Please use it to your advantage. At your like at your discretion. Okay. So we're gonna put all these kids to bed. He's just having a nap, but we really need him to sleep, not just fake sleep. And Levi is also gonna go to bed. He's gonna do his homework. Okay, he's gonna do his homework. Annabelle is absolutely exhausted. So we have people now going down to the basement, and I am wondering if we will sell more than the one painting that we just put up there. I mean, I don't know. Is it too much to ask for? I'm wondering. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like now I'm deep diving into a problem. Okay, nobody else is buying paintings. They're all sitting around wetting themselves. Like, we're just gonna like, I don't know, do we need to close this? Do we need to set something else? Is it because, ooh, we had it set at 100%. Maybe it's the 50% we need to stick with. Maybe it's too expensive. Although I would have said that the growth opportunity was prices and not business activities. It's got to be something to do with these paintings. 15 hours, I sold one painting. One. It's got something to do with these paintings, and I don't know what it is. Maybe, what is happening here? 3 o'clock in the morning, Buddy wants to play. Go back to bed, please and thank you right now. All right, well, another day, another problem. Isn't that right? Levi has a loose tooth. He'll live. We've all had them. Oh, he should have a bath before he goes to school. Oh, much more chill now with the toddlers and the nanny. So much more chill, except for the underlying anxiety that something is wrong with the paintings that we have in the basement. And I believe that we can figure this out, okay? Believe we can figure this out, like, right now. Marshall is hungry. Well, Marshall should reach into the fridge. He'll like the pasta instead of the chili. We're just gonna throw the chili out. I mean, let's face the facts. If the kids aren't gonna eat it, may as well just throw it out and not make it again. Also, don't play with the high chairs. I don't know if anybody noticed. Even when I build, I don't place high chairs. Let me tell you why. High chairs are a distraction. They are a loophole activity. Your adult Sims will spend their whole day putting the toddler in and out of that high chair, and I am not here for it. So I don't use them. I'm not interested in watching people Put the toddler in the high chair, out the high chair, in the high chair, out the high chair. It is not for me. Now, as you can see, I'm going in and I'm moving everything around because I can't think of anything else. Okay. We still don't have enough money to pay our bills. So now I'm really concerned because we have come such a long way. Okay. So, yes, when we had just had that baby, we forgot about paying the bills one time, but we paid them immediately when the lights went out. But the thought that we cannot afford to pay the bills and that we would actually have to go in and sell these paintings individually is like an insult to all of our hard work, isn't it? So I've moved every single one of these paintings. I've moved them around on the board to like refresh them. And still everybody is chilling outside. The floor isn't lava in here. Please enter. Open your wallets and your hearts and spend every dime. Okay, a thought has just occurred to me. Maybe the pack glitched. Maybe forgot that these paintings were for sale. Do you see that little money tag, okay, that happens when you put a painting on the board? I think I have just discovered the problem. So I'm trying to, like, my brain is trying to catch up. I don't even know how I caught that. So when I put that painting up on the board, that little like dollar sign popped up. And I don't know, the first split second, I was like, oh, what if that just needs to happen again with these paintings? And so moving them around the board, and now they are selling like hot cakes. So we are back, baby. We are making some money. Marcus Flex just bought the Angry Blueberry. Thank you, Marcus. We appreciate that. Now we are making money again, and there is nothing better than making money on a Rags to Riches challenge. Oh yeah, here we go. This is it. Oh, this is wonderful. We're going to scrap this painting because someone had the audacity to paint on our easel. I'm not angry, but the audacity to paint on our work easel. Why can't we lock the easel like we lock a computer? Lock my books. I don't lend my books. And I do let my mother read them only because she knows that I am crazy and I don't fold over. I don't dog ear my books. I don't break the spines. I still read them. Don't have to destroy it. Okay. And my books are beautiful. And I don't share them because they are like my pride and joy after, my niece and my dog and all the other animals I have going on here and my family and everything else. But my books are um priceless to me. Only buy the ones that I really love and like don't bother asking me if you can borrow them because the answer is going to be no. Unapologetically no. Fun facts. Welcome, welcome. Sam is sharing all the facts today. That being said, like my nephew loves reading. Buy him the books. I pre-order him the books on his shelf and I really do believe that reading is a special thing to do. And so I pre-order books for him because he's reading a series that has like a bunch of little books come out and I order them for him and they get delivered and he opens them and he is so happy and he just he's loving this book series and I love that. I think reading is such a great way to learn to be creative and imaginative and escape, and so I'm all for it, but just not my books, not mine. But I'll get you some, okay? Just not mine. Because what you do with your books is your business, all right? Oh, I'm so thrilled that we finally figured out what was going on with those paintings because for real, I was about to delete that whole room and start fresh because I couldn't handle it. I cannot handle a problem unsolved. We needed to figure that out. Now we have got 23,000 simoleons. Yes. And of course, we're vacuuming because the day is not over unless we've vacuumed. So I know I talked about this last time. I don't love the colors in the walls in the bedrooms, but is the more expensive plain wallpaper or the plain paint, I think. And really wanted that because like I said, the build mode stuff holds value. So I really wanted to choose the more expensive and these were the colors that there were that had the white molding at the bottom. So that's what we have. Right? Now we're going in and I'm trying to set up a bedroom for the twins because they are also going to be aging up really soon. Now I want the same kind of setup but in different colors for them. They're going to get the top bunks and we're going to throw them into the same room just in case. I am hoping that we don't run into another child at this point because I feel like we are slowly coming out of survival mode and into focus mode. And I don't think I could handle another infant at this time. Uh, I mean, it doesn't get more plain than that, I don't think. So yeah, we are going to give the twins a room similar to what Levi has. And I'm trying to place this dresser under bunk, and I'm curious to see if it will hold. I'm trying to get everything like to semi-match here. I do want it to like look okay. I'm not overly stressed, okay, because they're kids' rooms. Like when I was young, of course, my mother always asked me, "What color do you want your room? Hey, what color do you want your bed set?" And it was always like whatever was going on with me at the time. At one point, I had a Harry Potter bedroom. It was lovely. The color was really dark. So, of course, when it came time to get rid of that like dark bluish purpley color that I had chosen, she was like, "Under no circumstances are we going dark again," because it took quite a lot of paint to cover it up. So, teenage Sam was like, "No problem. You don't want dark. That's all right." So I went with the most brightest red on 2 walls and then the most brightest yellow on the other 2 walls, and it was a staple of conversation for probably 5 years, and still now, even though, like, it got covered, of course. I mean, I think I had to cover that myself years later, but it is still brought up every now and again. You know? The when I close my eyes, it's like I still see it. It's, like, engraved in the back of my eyelids. So, of course, I'm adding a piece onto the house for an extra bedroom because we are all living here right now and we are making it work, but, like, I still need an office space and everybody still needs a bedroom, and we've got the animals and, we've got 2 houses that have molded into one when they moved in with me, when I started taking care of my grandmother, like, 3 years ago. So we are adding another bedroom and a large hallway, which is gonna double as a second little, like, living area where it's like a little TV and, like, a recliner chair for my mom. And so, of course, the other day, I asked her, "What color do you want your bedroom?" And immediately I thought of the red and yellow, but she did not choose red or yellow. She is going with a very mellow, uh, cool tone blue hue, but it is not red and it is not yellow. But that is what I thought of when it happened. Now, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time. Bye.